A very good afternoon and welcome to another exciting summer episode of the Mascom Yellow podcast. Guys, we're still celebrating summer. We're celebrating summer together. So let me just start out by giving you a little hampela. We've started the Mascom Varsity Tour and on all our social media pages. So the first person to tell me on Thursday, University gets to walk away with an amazing summer hamper. Now, lastly, let me just thank you guys for always tuning in every single Wednesday, ensuring that you learn more about our purse and services. And if you really remember, almost every episode, KYC, what's this whole KYC thing, and why is it that it's a very important aspect in what you're doing here at Mascom, which is know your customer. Now, today I have with me the Senior Legal and Compliance Officer from our Corporate Affairs Department, Mr. Raymond Molefe, to tell us a little bit more about anti-money laundering, the KYC, collected that particular data and how it can actually work for you. Hi, Raymond. Welcome to the Yellow Podcast.
Good afternoon, and thank you for having me, Poppy.
You're welcome,
feel excited
man.
To be here today.
I'm happy to have you here. And the first thing people say, I'm a KYC complaint and stuff like that. So I think maybe just to start off like the conversation, just tell us a little bit more about what you do.
Okay, thank you very much. And hello to our valued customers watching us today. So my name is Kiarabetswe Raymond Molefe, and like you said, I'm the Senior Legal Affairs and Compliance Officer at Mascom. So what I do on a daily basis is basically I manage the relationship with our stakeholders, which is basically our regulators. I make sure that we are regulatory compliant, which includes AML compliance as well, which is why I'm here today, as well as just general contract management, ensuring that Mascom is on the good side of the law.
I was just about to say, you keep us on the good side of the law. If Raymond is there, that means we're super okay and we're compliant.
Yes.
All right, now let's just jump into this KYC thing. Like every single episode I've talked about it, whether we're talking about MyZaka, when we're speaking about Mascom Online, even a small thing such as data, we always ensure that guys update your KYC. So just tell us what KYC is.
Okay, thank you very much. Before I even get to KYC, let me start with AML, which is anti-money laundering.
Yeah.
So when we talk about anti-money laundering, we are talking about making dirty money look clean. That's what we are talking about.
Okay.
We are talking about criminals using Mascom to make sure that where they get that money from does not reflect that it's coming from criminal activities.
Oh, great.
So that's where it's coming from. So when you go down the line, you look at AML controls. One of the controls is customer due diligence. So that's where KYC comes in. We need to know who we are dealing with, be it our customers, be it our service providers. So KYC means know your customers.
So policemen must come guys, we just need to ensure that everybody is doing the right thing at the right time, and all the sources that are coming in are coming from like certified sources. And I think it's very important that's a very key element or a key focus, because we've recently just updated my Zaka platform. So obviously but this platform so also just need to know and stuff like that.
Yes, definitely. And one of our roles really is to safeguard the funds of these customers.
Yeah.
And remember, if criminal funds are implicated in this, it affects the whole of Mascom.
That's true.
It affects innocent customers as well. So we need to safeguard the source of the funds for these customers as well.
All right, great.
Yeah.
So take us through the KYC compliant process. What does a customer need to submit? What documents? What does it entail?
Oh, lovely. So as a customer, once you approach Mascom or you have an account with Mascom, you have to ask yourself, have you filled the onboarding form? That's the first stage, right? We need to fill that form. It has different areas that you need to make sure that you duly fill and fill, right?
Okay.
So once you have filled that form, we get to know you. We get to know that, you are Poppy, and this is where you stay. This is your account, or this is your cell number, and et cetera, et cetera. So once you have submitted that information, we also need supporting documentation,
Absolutely.
which verifies the information that you have written down on that paper, right?
So this is your name. Missing my
Yes. So it includes your valid umang
Yeah.
for citizens of Botswana, and then valid passport for non-citizens. We need to make sure that we collect a verified address on where you stay. This may come from your utility bills or even an affidavit. That's what
Okay.
we collect to make sure that you are KYC compliant.
All right, so now I'm sitting here wondering, am I even KYC compliant? What do I need to do? Is there any processes that I can follow? Like, do I check? Like, so just take us maybe through the different channels that everybody could just use in order to just ensure that they submit that information and be KYC compliant.
Okay. The first stage, I always say that when it comes to KYC compliance, ask yourself the information that you had initially submitted to Mascom, is it still relevant?
Yeah.
Right? Have you changed your surname? Have you changed where you stay? So have you renewed your Umang? So once any of this information has changed, it means you are not KYC compliant.
That's true.
So you need to reach out to Mascom and ensure that you are KYC compliant. So as Mascom, because we value our customers, we have made sure that we have different channels to cater for different customers,
Absolutely.
right? To ease the process of being KYC compliant. So one of those channels really is making sure that you submit your information through our Mascom shops.
Okay.
We have various shops all over the country. Submit to any of them. We have our Kitsong centers, which are strategically located around the country. You can also submit to them as well. Another channel, we also have a WhatsApp line, which
Awesome.
is something new
I
and very
know.
amazing initiative indeed.
Ebile ne ke se ke re ke tla bua kana gore you know what ka gore ga ke akanya gore motho o tla ba re ke kgakala le shop a Mascom or ke kgakala le Kitsong center and stuff like that, because you know I think the idea or the perception about KYC is that maybe the process is a little bit stringent or it's a little bit tedious, but let's just maybe touch on how important it is that, guys, your data is very, very important. We're not just collecting it hella. There's a certain use for it, because people also think, so maybe let's just touch on how important it is for people to be KYC compliant.
Yes. Look, in the first instance, we need to understand that the KYC is an obligation that comes from the law, from the Financial Intelligence Act. So we have an obligation to collect this KYC information from customers. So once we have executed that obligation, it means that if there's any shortfall or someone is not compliant, there are legal consequences to such, which means it will we'll have to cut or freeze some accounts to make sure that a particular customer is compliant, which will inconvenience the customer, of course, because we do not want our customers not utilizing the services that we provide to them. So it's very important to make sure that you are KYC compliant in that regards.
Ke tsa gore le utlile botsana ka lapeng gore tota la go botlhokwa gore be le setse le file Mascom information ya lona gore le nna ko kae le bo mang le dira eng madala a dirisang hala di phose mo maetsa ka a tswa ko kae and stuff like that. It's very, very important. Now you've talked about the many different channels gore you mentioned that there's the Kitsong centers, right?
Yes.
Which are strategically placed in many different villages all over the country.
Yes.
There's also the Mascom shops that are also in the many different major districts in our country as well. What other channels are there in order for you to submit your information? Because I think right now, Kitsong center le kgakala kana shop le kgakala nna me ke tšhintšhile sefane kana ke tšhintšhile eng ke ka dira jang gore ke kgone go submit the information.
Okay. We just spoke about the WhatsApp line.
Yeah.
Our WhatsApp line is 77050000.
I hope you got it, guys. We will ke ne mo screening your number, you know, gore ke yone tla be le gore ha le gore o kgakalanyana ka e dirisa go submit the information. What
Yes.
else?
We also have an email address that you can submit your information. This is kyc@mascom.bw.
Awesome
so
stuff.
easy.
All right.
Yeah.
So what are some of our services that require KYC compliant, like as an obligation? I think I mean, like, for example, MyZaga. Obviously you can't get a Visa card, how I feel application, I think. So what information do people need for that particular KYC compliant process?
In terms of MyZaga?
Yeah.
Okay. Remember, I spoke about the form the onboarding form. Yes, we spoke about supporting documentation. We also have an affidavit that goes hand in hand with the MyZaga application.
Okay.
This is where you fill information about your source of funds, where you work, who's your employer. Yes, and then this has to be commissioned by a commissioner of oaths as well.
This is serious.
It is very
It
serious.
is very serious. And I think
for the benefit of the customers.
No,
of
absolutely,
course, yes.
because Akanamazaka means people's money,
Yes.
basically. So
Yes.
you need to ensure, and the customer needs to just be rest assured, okay, my money is safe.
safe where
Yeah,
it
we
is.
also need to know and stuff like that.
Yes.
All right. So now we've talked about, I think people obviously think, or maybe KYC is only for subscribers. Is it only for subscribers or it's everybody?
Oh, KYC is for everybody.
Okay.
Remember, where there is transaction, there has to be KYC. You need to know who you are dealing with in any of those transactions. So this includes our customers, of course, and includes our service providers as well. So they as well have to submit all that information when we onboard them or during our monitoring processes. So they submit through those channels that I have just mentioned as well.
Oh, okay. Awesome stuff, man. Right, guys, I'm going to ask you another question. There are many different channels that you can use in order to submit all of your documents. Now, what is the WhatsApp line that you can use to submit your KYC documents? So the first person to answer this question about what is the KYC Mascom line, right? WhatsApp line that you can use to submit your information. The person who gets it right is going to win themselves a little summer hamper, right?
Amazing
Are you
hamper,
KYC
isn't it?
compliant, right?
Oh, definitely. I'm the first one to be
Hey,
KYC
you have to
compliant.
lead by example. So
Definitely.
I mean your information is it right
it
and
on
stuff
right
like
track?
that.
Yes.
Are you even using my Zaka or like do you?
I definitely have my Zaka.
What
Very
do you use it
convenient
for?
It's very convenient for me. It's one of the easiest way to bank. Remember, the shops are all around, so I don't have to queue a lot to deposit my money or even to withdraw. So the Visa card works perfectly fine. So it's easy process for me.
I like it. I like
Yes.
it. Now we've talked about this KYC and anti-money laundering, and this is people's information.
Yes.
This is people's data.
Oh,
And I
definitely.
think right now we just live in a very, fractured society where people think, what is my data safe? Is it really private? So guys, this is the legal and compliance officer. So he
Yes.
can't come here and let us know, hey, we're just taking your information, we're just keeping it. No. I think like the information is very secure.
As Mascom, we prioritize their personal data. We prioritize their sensitive personal data. Remember, we also have an obligation under the Data Protection Act to ensure that the personal data as well as the sensitive personal data that we collect from these customers is kept safe, secure and safe at all times. We have to make sure that the information that we collect, we get the authorization from those customers and
Yeah.
we ensure we use it specifically for the purpose that they have authorized us to use it for. So that is our priority at Mascom.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. As we're collecting your data, be rest assured that your data is safe and that it is private and that we do not give it to anybody. It is for you and you alone. I think it's very important that I also just maybe remind them when Christopher was here talking about Mascom Online, he mentioned a lot when you're making transactions with Mascom Online, there's like many verification processes that you need to follow through the OTP and stuff like that. So these are just security measures that we have in place to ensure that our customers' details is safe and our customers' money is safe. It's a protection.
We go the
sort of
extra
thing.
mile.
No,
Yes.
we really do
Yes.
go the extra mile. I think it's just important because we live in a very fractured society, but cybercrime, we also have this anti-money laundering thing that we're doing because we need to ensure or anything else. So it's important that we make our customers know we got them
Yes.
and it's safe and it's
Yes.
fine.
And then just to add on to that, I would like to urge our customers that when we do our KYC, let's also inform our friends, we inform our family members to be KYC compliant. It's very important. There are a lot of cases of fraud, and this process helps us to ensure that we deter that from happening within our systems as well.
Absolutely right. I think maybe it's just to take a little summary. Okay, what's KYC? Why it's important, and the channels that the people can use to submit their documents.
Okay. In summary, KYC is basically know your customer. We have an obligation to know our customers, and it's for the benefit of our customers that we need to know them. They need to make sure that the information that they submitted to Mascom stays relevant, is always up to date. And then we have channels to ensure that they can submit this through our channels, be it our Mascom shops, our Kizong centers, our WhatsApp line, which are one of our lucky winners will detail.
Yeah.
Yes, and as well as our email address, which is kyc@mascom.bw.
Awesome stuff, man. I hope that this has been a very insightful episode for you guys. You've learned about the importance of KYC, why it's important for us to have your information, how it's important for it to be accurate as well. I can imagine that means you won't be able to get your birthday bundles or even have access to many of our services and our products. So guys, ensure that you do visit a Mascom shop near you or go to a Mascom Kitchen Center. Do also dial the WhatsApp line, and you can email at kyc@mascom.bw. This has been a very insightful episode. Now, guys, we're still enjoying summer. And the third question is, why is KYC important? From beginning till end, why it's important, why we need to have that information. So yeah, why is KYC important? Answer on the comments below, and the first person to answer it gets to walk away with a nice summer hamper. Ray, so what's for summer? Can we have summer together? And do you have plans for summer? Are you traveling? What's the plan?
Oh, I'm definitely hoping to join in on the varsity tour.
Awesome.
Just to explore and meet some of our customers.
That'd be great.
Yes,
That'd be great. Gonna be local mass conversity. These kids are so lucky because they get to walk away with a free varsity SIM card, right? Yeah, but you're not varsity, guys. We have also the My Summer SIM that has like amazing benefits. I the tools about it's like data, or more. You get an instant 1 GB. Like it's amazing, guys. So and it goes for like as little as it's like $10, guys. SIM cutting and with all these amazing benefits. So if you're if you're a Mascom subscriber and you're a student, be sure to look out for the Mascom Varsity Tour. And you can still get the summer sim and enjoy all of those benefits. This has been an amazing episode. And congratulations to all of our 3 winners. We'll be sliding into your DM and telling you where and when to collect your summer hamper. It's been amazing. Same time next week, right here on the Yellow Podcast.
Through our contact center, we are committed to answering your calls 24/7 within 3 phone rings.
We will not only give you our full attention, but personalize every customer interaction to better serve you.
We commit ourselves to customer confidentiality and ensure that your information is secure at all times.
We promise to acknowledge your communication with us. Emails will be responded to within 24 hours, while letters will be responded to within 5 business days.
We are always thrilled and ready to welcome you into our store with happy smiles because we want to see you come back for more. We pledge to capture your details accurately and aim for zero-error rates.
If you're already in our store after closing hours, we promise to serve you diligently without compromising on service quality.